What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to Good. This is the show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week, and by we, I mean myself and you, the beautiful people of the world of football. This week, we are loaded with stuff in this world of football news. There's a whole lot going on. Let's get right to the business. Let's talk about the MLS and what I thought was really interesting, really entertaining game this week. Sporting Kansas City versus New England, which ended in 4-4. A 4-4 draw. But it's crazy to think that a team like Sporting Kansas, who dominated the whole game, right? And when you have more possession, more passes, you have more shots on target, you score 4 goals. It's kind of like, yeah, you're supposed to do that. But then New England, who had significantly less of everything during that game, still were able to get 4 goals against Sporting. I don't know if it's like a compliment to Sporting's offense or just a diss to their defense, but something wasn't working during that game for them. But the way they were playing, they shouldn't have conceded 4 goals at all. They should have won that game, definitely. But shout out to New England for holding their own and making the game 8 goals, an octopus of a scoreline. Come on, that's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see more of those in the MLS. Score more. Let me see it all, every game. But another game that wasn't as high scoring, Orlando City versus New York City FC, which ended in a 1-1 draw. But it really highlighted one specific player, Nani, the Portuguese semi-legend. We'll call Nani. Nani's a legend. We'll call him a legend. I don't want to throw that word around too loosely, you feel me? I don't want to just, if you old or you did a little something, you a legend. Nah, but we're going to give him that. But Nani, 5 games, 5 goals for Orlando FC, coming into the MLS, killing it. Yet again, one other player from Europe coming into the MLS later in their career. But still, we're not focusing on the negative side of this thing. It's just good exposure for the league and hopefully inspiration for the younger players coming up, seeing these guys do their thing in the league. It's a good. Let's take the good out of it. And also, speaking of inspiration, it seems like Sacramento or St. Louis might be the newest cities to welcome an MLS team, which is a good thing. I like the fact that the league is trying to expand and add more cities, growing the game all throughout the states. You know, that's good. Making the kids, growing fan bases and football cultures all around the U.S. is a very, very positive thing for the game of football. And also not just starting MLS teams, really recruiting, starting to, inspire that interest in kids early on in their lives, everywhere. There's like basketball courts everywhere in every park in the U.S., right? Add some little 5-on-5 football fields, places like Socceroo. And in European football, let's talk about the women's FA Super League. Arsenal, congratulations to those ladies for winning the FA Super League. They could be teaching the men's a little something, because they seem to be struggling. And to be honest, I'm not even going to go into details about the whole Arsenal stuff and them struggling to make top 4, because it's just what's the point? Like, who cares, honestly? Like, they've kind of been doing this so much during the past few years. It's like we kind of expected. Stop putting Arsenal on such a big pedestal. They're not quite there yet, all right? They're still in that rebuilding phase. But now let's talk about the Manchester Derby, and what most of us probably expected is Manchester City beat Manchester United 2-0. Some mistakes from David De Gea yet again. And then also during the game this weekend against Chelsea, his mistake cost them that game basically and cost them the 3 points as they drew 1-1. But let's talk about that Manchester Derby. I mean, United weren't so bad in the first half, but the second half, it just wasn't there. I don't know what was said in that locker room in the first half, the first half break, but it just wasn't encouraging at all. And it seems like, and there's a lot of talks about whether or not Ole Gunnar's contract just came way too early. The fact that they gave him a permanent contract or a standing spot as the coach for next season, did it come too early? Because it seems like they've been on the decline ever since. I mean, losing to Barca in the Champions League, and they've been conceding so many goals and losing back-to-back goals in the Premier League. It's just not looking good for them, and it's a bit of a Mourinho deja vu right now. So they need to get that together. Of course, it's the end of the season, so it's not too much to worry about, so they're going to have a lot of times to reflect on the end of the season overall, and come back strong. But what was really interesting this week is Eric Cantona, Manchester United legend, of course, who, you know, very, very known player, okay? He's not playing anymore, but it seems like he's trying somehow to get some clout off of the football media world and social media, because he went on Instagram before the Manchester Derby and posted, listen, man, I saw the video, but I seriously wish that I hadn't. It just... You know, I'm not encouraging anybody to go and look at it, but it was something weird, man. Let's just say, here's what it is. It was a guy's thing, a ding-a-ling, you feel me? And it popped on the guy's stomach and broke an egg. Listen, if I'm explaining it exactly how it is. If you don't understand, go look for yourself. If you're not of age, if you're not 18 or older, don't. Okay, I don't want nobody's parents talking about, oh, Elisha sent y'all to go see. Nah, it's Eric Cantona's fault. It was very bizarre. I don't know what that was about, but I'm glad it's not on his page anymore, and I don't gotta... Let's just move on from this, please. But also in a race for the Champions League title, Manchester City beat Burnley this weekend 1-0, and at no point during that game did it look like Burnley were gonna win or even score. Manchester City was just suffocating them the whole game, so it was just a matter of time before they got that one goal, which still was not controversial because it did. You know, it was like a behind the goal clearance by the Burnley defender, but it was clearly a goal. It was inside. But the fact that they were only able to score one showed that Burnley maybe actually had a chance. I mean, they were trying, but Manchester City were just better, man. They was just too good. And also Liverpool played against Huddersfield and again, just completely washed them. 5-0. Salah got 2 goals. Mane got some goal too. It was just a riot. So now, Manchester City are right back where they were last week. 1 point ahead of Liverpool with 2 games to go. So City have Leicester and Brighton left to play in the Premier League. 2 games left. 2 games while Liverpool have Newcastle and Wolves. 2 games, but Liverpool also has the Champions League, which we're going to talk about a bit later, so it's a lot more for them to handle. But it seems like the Premier League might be in Man City's hands. I mean, I don't see Leicester or Brighton beating them, so it's just a matter of time, man. They're gonna run away with it and get back to back Premier Leagues. But that might be a little more motivations for Liverpool to try their best to win the Champions League. And actually, because if they do win the Champions League, they won't miss the Premier League that much. This is the Champions League. This is European football. This is not just domestic football. You feel me? So it just means a little bit more. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still going for Liverpool. I still think that somehow Man City are going to slip, even though it's so unlikely. But I'm keeping my word, and I'm not switching up. Liverpool are going to win the Premier League. You heard it here first. And more in English news this weekend was the PFA Player Awards. Congratulations to all the winners. Let's start with the women. And first, congratulations goes to Viviana Miedema of Arsenal for winning the Women's Player of the Year award. And also Georgia Stanway of Manchester City for winning the Young Women's PFA Player of the Year award. And the boy, the main man, Raheem Sterling for winning the Young PFA Player of the Year award. Also, another Manchester City player. Manchester City just racking up these awards all year long. But to be fair, though, let's just stop for a second. Sterling's 24, turning 25 on December 8th later this year. The criteria for Young PFA Player of the Year award that's mad long to say, Jesus. The criteria is you have to be 23 years or younger when the season started. So Sterling fits that criteria, but Sterling ain't no young player. Come on, man. This guy's been in the league for how long now? He's a mature. He's not one of the young players. Lower that down a little bit to 21 or something. 23 is just way too high because it's just not fair, to be honest. He should just like he was nominated for the the real, like, the PFA Player of the Year award. He should just be in that category and just let the young boys do their thing. But the moment you've all been waiting for, Virgil van Dijk was named PFA's Player of the Year, a defender. Whoa, 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 what? A defender wins an individual award, PFA player, with Salah, Sterling, Aguero, Hazard, all of them. You telling me what? Big Virgil van Dijk. Yes, sir. I mean, this guy's stats are just ridiculous. 17 clean sheets, over 300 battles and aerial duels won. He's just incredible. 71% tackle succession rate. He clearly deserves it. Just a powerhouse, an absolute monster at the back. Like, people, he really is like the center focal point of Liverpool's defense, and without him, definitely they would not be at the point that they are today. Not that he's been perfect, but he, as a defender, the fact that he's been so outstanding and that he can win this award over offensive players, guys who are topping the Premier League, with goals, and like, it's just unheard of. And the fact that he can get there, you gotta tip your hat off to him, and he's just incredible. Congratulations to him. Completely well-deserved. Also, let's not forget his teammate Mo Salah, who this week was named in Time Magazine's 100 Most Influential People of 2019. Congratulations to Mo Salah. Definitely an inspiration to kids everywhere, especially in Egypt and Africa and just in the whole entire world. He's an inspiration, showing that, you know, you can fail, you can start off and have a rough path, and just it's really the same blueprint as always, you know, not giving up. It's not that you're born with like this special chip that makes you more special than anybody else. It's the ones who constantly go through the struggle and don't give up are the ones who make it exactly where he is. Not a one-season wonder, went to different countries, killed it, came to the Premier League, failed over there, went to Roma in Italy, killed it, came back to the Premier League, and now he's killing it yet again. #1 scorer in the league right now, 21 goals. Hey, if that's not inspiring you to go out there and put in some work, I don't know what is. And now let's talk about La Liga and Barcelona. My boys are crowned champion. Come on, Barca. Honestly, to be honest, like, I'm not as hype as I seem right now, because it's just, I expected it. I anticipated this so much, and we got 8 out of the last 10 years. This is our 26th league title. Not that I'm mad about it, but let's get to the Champions League, to be honest. Like, I'm just, yes, yay, we won the league. La Liga, come on. At least Real didn't win it. That's always a plus, and they're not even second. But at the same time, it's like, I'm focusing on the Champions League now, okay? We got that. I want to win the Copa del Rey. I want to win the Champions League too. Let's get this money. Let's get this work, all right? That's what I'm really waiting for. And surprisingly, another thing that I was looking forward to this weekend is Getafe, Sevilla, and Valencia's games, which they all lost. They all lost. Getafe had a chance of really locking down that spot in top 4 and possibly being in the Champions League next season. But now that they lost their game, Sevilla lost their game, Valencia lost their game, and now they're just, they're delaying this a lot more. And Real Madrid lost also to Real Madrid. I'm not talking about Real. It's just, anyways, man, I'm still rooting for Getafe to make it into the top 4. I still want them to be in the Champions League next season. Alaves, really disappointing seeing that they're not in like 8th position, considering that they were right there with Getafe as like one of the smaller teams that are really fighting for that top 4 spot. But over Sevilla and Valencia, I need Getafe to be in that top 4, man. Come on. But now let's move on to the Bundesliga and Dortmund doing Dortmund things. Not staying on this topic too long because they're just pissing me off. The fact that after all this time you can blow your lead and now get to the end of the season through 4 games left and you lose. You blow a 1-goal lead against Schalke and lose 4-2. Bruh, y'all are really, come on, y'all are so, it's so discouraging. Like, and now Bayern drew 1-1 to Nuremberg. 1-1, and still, they're still on top of the Bundesliga. Right now, if you would have won, if Dortmund would have won their game and Bayern had drawn, boom, there you go. You're almost Bundesliga champions. But nah, you just had to lose. You had to. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I don't care. Don't talk to me. Anyways, man, y'all got 3 games. Okay, Mönchengladbach is the last game of the season for Dortmund. Tough one. Don't slip. At least for your honor, win the last 3 games. Chase. Speaking of a team that pissed me off, PSG was winning 2-0 against Stade Rennais this weekend in La Coupe de France. 2-0 at halftime. Rennes came back, equalized 2-2, went to penalties. Neymar's first start since coming from injury, scores a goal, gets in this beautiful assist to Dani Alves, beautiful goal from Dani Alves. I'm not showing the goal. Because it doesn't matter, because y'all went to penalties and y'all lost. Nkunku missed his penalty and PSG lost. They blew a 2-0 lead. Y'all not even my team and y'all get me tight. The whole season just been a whole L for PSG. Y'all been getting me tight, man. I keep doing this. Y'all good to me. I spent all this money on all these players, and I can't even win. What are you talking about, son? Y'all been getting me tight. Y'all playing with me, son. I'm not talking about PSG no more. Yo, get out my face. Anyways, let's talk about something a little more happy. Ronaldo, yet again, breaking another record or just topping on to all the other incredible achievement that he's had over his career, scored his 600 club career goal this weekend against Inter Milan. Congratulations, Ronaldo. It's like every year we have a new thing. It was like 500 like a year ago or something, and now it's already 600. I'm losing count. He's just let him score whatever. Stop keeping count, man. We know he's a beast. But it was funny to see the Inter fans just completely disrespecting Juventus and bringing little cartons and cut up Ajax bottles. It's just funny considering Ajax eliminated them, but it's all in the spirit of the game, and I love seeing stuff like this. Fans, be as petty as you want. Don't hurt nobody, but come up with creative stuff like this and keep poking fun at each other. I love it. Keep doing it. Bring it on. But speaking of Ajax, man, let's talk about finally the Champions League this week. The semifinals is finally on Tuesday. We got Ajax versus Tottenham, the game that I think is gonna be just absolute. That's for me. Yo, listen to me. Don't miss Ajax Tottenham. Don't miss it. It is the game of it's the matchup of the semifinals you really don't want to miss. Watch it. It's going to be incredible. And then Wednesday, of course, big game. Barcelona versus Liverpool. Come on, Barca. Vamos! All right, the semifinals is really exciting, man. This end of the season, 2018-2019, has been incredible, and it's not even over yet. I can't wait to see the rest of the teams that are going to win. We got PSG, Juventus, and Barca winning their domestic leagues. I can't wait to see in the MLS, too, at the end of the season, who's going to win that. It's just, I love football, man. I love football so much. Do you love football? Do you love me? Do you love golf? So then, if you love this video too, drop a like for it, because you can't love it. Drop a like for it. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss any videos when they drop. Also, check out the dope music used in this video. Check out the social media to go. Follow your boy on the gram and everywhere else. But I'll see you guys next time on Goal. Peace.